Recipe is going to fit the bill. It's a ham, spinach, and cheese dip. It's a warm, delicious dip, and you can make everything up to the point of baking it ahead of time, and then you just bring it to your friend's house, throw it in the oven, and 12 to 15 minutes later, delicious warm dip that's going to be devoured in a matter of seconds. So what you want to do to start off with is very finely mince a half of an onion. You don't need very much. Save the rest of your onion for something else. I like to put them into a glass jar and put them in my fridge. That way they don't infuse whatever it is that you're storing them in with their oniony flavor. All I'm saying is don't put them in plastic, and then don't just throw them in your fridge because your whole fridge will smell like onion. In this pan I have 2 tablespoons of butter that's melted. To that I'm adding my onion to saute a little bit. This is a very easy dip and very, very easily multiplied. This recipe comes from the January issue of Martha Stewart Living, and we have 2 other dips in this story. It's a spicy shrimp dip and a Romanesco inspired dip. Both of them make ahead, both of them served warm, just like this one. Once your onion's translucent, you can add flour. This will thicken your sauce. It's a 1/4 cup of flour. So that was a lot of flour that I just added to my butter. It's a high ratio of flour to butter, so you can see that it's sort of lumping up. It's not making a smooth roux. That's okay. I'm gonna whisk in my milk. This is 1½ cups of milk. Start small, and then you can add more as you go. Once you've whisked in all of your milk, you can bring this to a boil. You need to have your mixture at a boil, or at least a very vigorous simmer, in order for the flour to fully activate and thicken the mixture. So you want to do that. I wouldn't recommend turning up your heat until everything is fully combined though. And then I would continue whisking it, or at least stirring occasionally as it's coming to a boil, because milk has a tendency to stick and burn a little bit on the bottom of the pot, especially when there's flour in it. It's starting to bubble around the edges. It's already very, very thick. Plopping in the center. That's the equivalent of what you're going to get with the boiling in this, because it's very thick. So it's not going to boil the way you would see like water boiling, for instance. Remove it from the heat. Stir in a 1/4 teaspoon of paprika, 3/4 cup of grated manchego cheese. Yum. Smells good already, but we're gonna also add a 1/2 cup of diced ham. You can use Black Forest, you can use Serrano, you can use prosciutto. This is 1 box of frozen chopped spinach that's been defrosted and drained really, 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 really well. No water left. Give that a stir. What we have here really is a cross between your sort of classic warm spinach dip and a ham and cheese croquette, right? It's the flavors of the ham and cheese croquette with the application of the spinach dip. Season with salt and pepper. A little marriage. A happy marriage. This is a 1-quart baking dish. Sprinkle with another 1/2 cup of cheese, the manchego. Delicious. And then sprinkle with a tiny bit more paprika. Then get this into a 425-degree oven and bake for about 10 minutes until it's heated through, and then broil until bubbly and golden brown. You're supposed to let it set for 10 minutes. Yet again. Either take my life into my own hands so that you guys can enjoy this with me, or I wait. So you know what I'm gonna do. I'm tasting it, obviously. Yeah. It's supposed to cool off a little bit so that it's not completely steamy, and it thickens just slightly as it sits and cools. But look at that. Look at that. I'm stalling, can you tell? I'm afraid to put it in my mouth. Mmm. Mmm. Oh my God, you're gonna love it. Give this dip a try. Trust me this time.